Now, I believe it's the first time that anything like this has ever been tried. And what we're trying to do is give the highest teaching out at a level that's acceptable to people where they are today. You've heard the masters say, like Ramana Maharshi, all you need to do is to drop your vasanas, drop your tendencies. That's all you need to do, and that's true, and you're free. The reason behind that is simply this: the only thing standing between you and your infinity is your mind. The only thing between you and your being totally unlimited is your mind. You have been operating this mind for billions of years. Millions of years in the physical and billions of years before the physical state, before that. This is one reason why you find it so difficult dropping it. But to tell you to disidentify with the mind is to tell you something you're not doing and you think you cannot do. So the masters come out, all right, drop your tendencies. The tendencies are another way of dropping your mind. A tendency is a predisposition, is a feeling. It's a feeling. That has been built up from the beginning of time up until now. So that every tendency you have started billions of years ago, and all your thoughts have culminated into your present feelings, tendencies. So that if you drop a tendency now, you're dropping an accumulation of thought that is billions of years old, Earth time. You see the effectiveness of dropping a tendency? It's the culmination of thinking on a particular thing that's been going on since the beginning of time for you. You drop a tendency, if you drop a tendency totally, you've dropped billions of years of accumulated thought that went in to make up that tendency. That's the effectiveness of dropping tendencies. If you want to go free this lifetime, that's the lowest level approach required to go free this lifetime. If you work on incidents, on thoughts, you got billions of years of past history to undo. It'll take you billions of years to undo it. Every other therapy in the world is working on thoughts, incidents, etc. And that's why they're not getting very far. I know of no attempt to approach it from dropping the tendencies. And I think the reason why they don't is they just don't understand it. Mind is so complicated, nobody understands it. I say mind is so simple, there's nothing to understand about it. What is mind? It's a sum total of all your thoughts. Is that complicated? It's a sum total of all your thoughts. A conscious part, the part of your thoughts that you look at, is called the conscious mind. The thoughts you don't look at are called the unconscious mind. All these different kinds of minds you read about are fictions. Somatic mind. What are all those minds? Reactive mind.
Analytical mind.
Analytical mind. Now there are two aspects to mind. One is the sensing recording aspect. And there's one higher aspect to mind, the discriminative aspect. So if you want to break it down, you can break it down into two parts. Sensing recording, and the other is the discriminative aspect. And this is what makes man able to go free, is the discriminative aspect of mind. Animals have only the sensing recording aspect of mind. Animals cannot go free until they become man. All spirit returns to spirit. All spirit returns totally to pure spirit. Animals come through what we're going through before they get totally free. But they have just the sensing recording aspect of mind. We have, in addition to it, the discriminative aspect, which says we're men and they're animals. They're cats and dogs. We're intelligent humans. A cat doesn't know it's a cat. A dog doesn't know it's a dog, but you know you're man. That's your discriminating ability, which allows you to discriminate between the right direction and the wrong direction. Animals would go on forever as they are, if they were to remain as they are, without the discriminating aspect as to which direction will really get me free, and which direction will send me in the opposite way. But because of our discriminative aspect of mind, we can choose the way to total freedom, like we in this group are doing. So mind is simply the sum total of all thoughts, and there's two aspects, the discriminative and the sensing recording. If there's anything about truth, it's the fact that it is simple. If it's given you as a mysticism and a cult, as something you can't understand, reject it. Truth is simple. But the world is so spun in on the wrong direction right now, they can't see their nose right in front of them. They cannot see the simplicity of what you're being given now. You're being given a way of going free this lifetime through dropping tendencies. Bridie will show you how to do it for yourself. And Bridie will show you how to help others do the same thing. Now, because this is the way put out by masters, you'll never hear it anywhere else. Drop your vasanas. Drop your tendencies. You've never heard it anywhere in the world, have you? Anybody study psychology or metaphysics or any field? You've never heard this put out, drop your tendencies. And yet that's what this whole thing is centering around. So I believe for the first time you're being given something that has a very powerful impact, that is so tremendous that it can free you and help you to help others go free this lifetime. In 1 year, or in 1 month, or in 1 day, if you understand it and use it in 1 day. Because you're infinite right now, acting like you're acting. Almost on the opposite end of being infinite. And yet you can drop that whole thing right now by identifying with what you really are, which is simply dropping what you're not.